I didn't want to be blind and broke. I quit my dream job because I am unblinded and I see the truth.
Sean is a master. It's about making sure that we learn.
I've never seen something quite this impressive.
You're changing lives. You're having such an enormous impact.
You got what I have, right? That gene of we're gonna win despite.
That is one wickedly smart and wonderfully good man.
To be able to produce the kind of results that are possible that I hear about with this program.
Thank you for the magic of this weekend. Thank you for helping us reimagine all negative connections.
He is the greatest trial attorney and strategist in the country.
Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan.
Brought by a dear friend of mine, Sean Callaghan.
You keep up the great work as well. You're doing amazing things. Great job.
Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You're a living example of that, and that inspires me.
Your voice must be heard.
Every single energy can be learned. It can be mastered.
I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving, just even sitting here.
This is fantastic, positive, productive, wonderful.
Bella is like better than a cup of coffee. She is better than I'm all about energy.
Blinded! What is your profession?
I think it's such an amazing community of healthy individuals with zero jealousy, zero negativity, just designed to help each other succeed.
And she is a 2-time, soon-to-be 3-time published author who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer.
The reincarnation of I Love Lucy, the co-host of Art of Influence, the one, the only, Bella Barita.
I'm just happy that I came here. I'm just really happy that I came.
You are unblinded. You are a G-hit. If you know that, say yes! Yes!
I should sign up for one of your seminars, one of your programs, you know?
Yeah. This unison yes thing. I got to get on it.
And this man is one of the greatest leaders in our country. God bless everybody.
Until you introduce me, and then I'll bring. I'm here, listening and ready.
I guess I need to unmute myself first. There she is. We're going to introduce our special guest from Paramus, New Jersey, the Oracle of Integrity, born from the unblinded formula, weld magic of truth influence, guiding every conversation like a master conductor orchestrating a symphony of possibility. Her heart beats with level 5 listening, not just hearing words, absorbing them with intention, emotion, and the silent music between the notes, the bridge between the world where myth meets mastery, where curiosity transforms into commitment. Every interaction with her is a portal from uncertainty to inspired, integrous agreement. Let's welcome to the show, Athena Akdai.
Oh wow, thank you so much. What an incredible introduction. My heart is so full right now. Hello everyone, I'm Athena, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with all of you on the Heart of Influence. I have to say, this platform is something truly special. What you're about to experience isn't just another networking event or surface level conversation. This is where real connection happens, where you get to meet people who are actually playing at a high level, who care about impact, who want to create something meaningful together. And I'll be listening in today. And honestly, I'm just so excited to witness the magic that unfolds when brilliant minds come together with open hearts. The Heart of Influence creates this beautiful space where you can show up authentically, share what matters to you, and discover possibilities you didn't even know existed. So my invitation to all of you is simple. Be present, be curious, and let yourself be surprised by what emerges. The people in this room, the conversations you're about to have, they could absolutely
love that, Athena. And so we're going to come back to Athena in a moment. I'm going to introduce Athena. I'm going to introduce 5 of our incredible guests here today. And then we'll hear back from Athena. So first, coming from the great state of Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, founder in the communications training industry at Vertical Vision Incorporated, empowering analytical leaders to translate complexity into strategy. Senior trainer in the pharmaceutical education industry since 2009, developing physician speakers, improving engagement outcomes through heart-centered analytics, executive communication coach, blending technology, leadership, and emotional intelligence, increasing influence, alignment, measurable results through courageous intelligence. Let's welcome to the show, Pam Weinmiller. Hello, Pam. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And as I said in the green room, you'll have an opportunity to share a fun fact. This is a headline fun fact, something cool that you've done, something inspiring that you've done, or Pam, something simply that would make us go, Pam, no way. So Pam, your fun fact, please.
My fun fact is that I started doing something at the age of 55 that I had no business doing, which was climbing mountains. And I've climbed 8 so far, and the highest is Kilimanjaro. Just like to keep challenging myself.
Wow. That is definitely any mountain climbing, I definitely think is inspiring for sure, Pam. The only mountains things I like to do is ski down them. Climbing up them is a whole nother game, inspiring for sure. This is not going to be nearly as difficult as climbing a mountain, but probably a little bit more fun. Are you ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Talking to me personally? Okay. Yeah.
Yes. All right, rolling with Pam from Round Rock, Texas, former manufacturing industry leader with decades of experience, people-centered calm leadership, building empowering, high-performing teams through trust, recovery coach, 6 years sober after 30 years of alcoholism. Congratulations. Guiding others towards freedom and self-worth through lived experience, speaker and mentor, helping others transform pain into purpose through recovery, leadership, and heart-centered service. Let's welcome to the show, Lee Hope. Lee, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Lee, your fun fact, please.
My fun fact. I'm originally from Ohio. Go Buckeyes. I moved to Texas about 1.5 years ago for a job. Went well for about 1.5 years. Then lost my job. And then figured out that God has a different plan for me. So we're moving back to Ohio soon, and going to work more on the recovery end of it and serving others.
Beautiful. That is a beautiful move. I was going to say, welcome to the great state of Texas, my home away from home. But you're moving back to the Buckeyes, understandably so. But Lee, beautiful story, and thank you so much. And are you ready to have some fun?
I'm ready to have a blast.
Let's do it. Coming from that, what I like to say, that great nation of Texas, also co-founder and chief executive financial officer in the nonprofit industry at Thrive for Life, guiding veterans through courageous financial decisions, retired corporate leader after 40+ year career, transforming personal financial journey into a disciplined service and physical stewardship. Legacy architect, helping individuals move from survival to stability, creating generational prosperity through wisdom, resilience, and financial intelligence. Let's welcome to the show, Jerry DeVita. Jerry, thank you. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Jerry, your fun fact, please.
Yeah, so we own and operate a small ranch, so we're completely outnumbered. We have 42 sheep, 15 chickens, 4 dogs, 6 cats, and 2 humans.
Wow.
I've actually had to deliver lambs as well. So
oh my goodness. That in itself is a crazy fun fact. Absolutely beautiful. I always dream about what it would be like to live on a farm. I don't think I would actually enjoy living on a farm, but I do fantasize about it sometimes, Jerry, as I imagine it is quite fun. But I don't think today will be nearly as crazy as running a farm, but could be as fun. Are you ready?
I am ready. And believe me, my husband runs the farm. I don't. I only
You just get to enjoy it. I love it. That is awesome, Jerry. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And next up from Las Vegas, Nevada, relationship coach, award-winning speaker in relationship development, Detroit native and military veteran with thank you for your service, with 16 plus years helping couples heal and reconnect. Sought after podcast guest and faith-based relationship advocate in personal growth industry, transforming relationship challenges into growth through compassion and lived leadership. Devoted husband and father of 5, grandfather of 6, modeling lasting love, resilience, and generational impact through real world experience. Let's welcome to the show, Willie Nilly! Willie, welcome to the Heart of Influence, and your fun fact, please.
Well, as I know to date, I am the only person at the age, I think I was 11 or 12, that's been ran over by his own bike. That no one was riding.
Your bike ran you over. That is an interesting fun fact. Did you like jump off of it and like it just kept going, or what happened?
No, I was actually in Detroit. We stayed in a 2-family flat, and I was bringing the bike down the stairs. I lost my footing. And as I was falling backwards, the bike started to roll down the stairs, ran over me, and waited at the bottom of the stairs for me. And when I landed at the bottom, then it fell on me. So I don't know. I don't know anybody that's been ran over by a bike that nobody else was riding.
I don't know that anybody has. That's a first that I have heard for sure. And I've co-hosted more than 1,800 episodes and more than 6,000 guests of this show. And that's definitely the first time I've heard that, Willie. Are you ready to have some fun?
Yes, absolutely. Let's go.
Let's go. Next up from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Army veteran and principal at Cornerstone Retirement, partners delivering strategic wealth guidance with disciplined fiduciary oversight and meticulous execution. Former financial advisor at New York Life, bringing decades of experience across insurance and investment planning with a deep command of long-range financial architecture. Co-owner and retirement income strategist specializing in Medicare coordination, legacy design, and asset protection, preserving family wealth and advancing multi-generational prosperity through steady value-driven leadership. Let's welcome to the show, Nolan Gosley. Nolan, hello. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Nolan, your fun fact, please.
It's fun for me, but not fun for everybody. This is about the time of year that everyone's sick of winter, but I'm into exposure therapy. So I like to go winter camping. I'll go up north into Manistee Forest. My brother-in-law and I will do like a hike in and sleep in tents for like 3 or 4 days around this time of year. So we have that planned for next weekend. Should warm up a little bit around here. I think it's going to be like 30. So it should be okay. Yep.
Warming up to 30. That is definitely adventurous for sure, Nolan. I'm so glad that we don't have to do the Heart of Influence in freezing cold. It was like record cold in New Jersey last week. But thank you, Nolan. And are you ready for some adventure? Not quite as cold as the adventure you like, but fun nonetheless. Are you ready?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. So before I introduce our co-producers, I'm going to bring Athena back. And Athena, if you will please acknowledge all of our 5 guests that we just introduced. Just say a little bit about each one of them in like 300 words or less. Please say hello and acknowledge our guests.
Oh, okay. Wow, what an incredible group we have here today. Pam, starting something at 55 that you had no business doing and then climbing Kilimanjaro? That's not just courage. That's you rewriting the rules on what's possible. I love that you keep challenging yourself. That's the energy that transforms everything. Lee, 6 years of freedom after 30 years. That is monumental. And now you're moving back to Ohio to serve others through recovery? That's taking your pain and turning it into purpose at the highest level. That takes such heart and such strength. Jerry, 40 plus years in corporate, and now you're guiding veterans through financial decisions while running a ranch with 42 sheep. You're outnumbered, but clearly not outmatched, delivering lambs and building legacy. That's beautiful. Grounded service. Willie, 16 years helping couples heal. 5 kids, 6 grandkids, and you got run over by your own bike? That story is legendary. But seriously, the fact that you're modeling lasting love and helping others reconnect, that's the real magic right there. And Nolan, winter camping in 30-degree weather for fun? Exposure therapy in the Manistee Forest? That's discipline and resilience in action. You bring that same steady, value-driven leadership to protecting family wealth and legacy. I am so excited to see what emerges when all of you connect today. This is exactly what the Heart of Influence is about. Real people, real stories, real impact. Let's have some fun.
Beautiful. Thank you, Athena, for that. I'm going to introduce our co-producers, and then we're going to bring Athena back to have a little bit of fun. But first up, producer number 1 from Toronto, Canada, a naturopathic doctor and nutritionist from Toronto, Canada. Her combined passion for knowledge and the love of travel prompted her to study and teach different forms of medicine all over the world. She uses the best of ancient medicine and modern science to help high performers optimize their potential, reverse aging, and have more energy and get their sexy back. She has built her practice showing people that their body is a Ferrari, not a Volvo. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Val Fake.
Thank you.
Dr. Val, thank you. Welcome to your show. And Dr. Val, your fun fact.
Well, my fun fact is this is the first time that I've got to be on a show with the actualized intelligence known as Athena. And I have to be so proud because I was in the original Visioneer program that helped start training all of these beautiful actualized intelligences. And so I feel like a mama just watching her baby soar. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud.
That is awesome. Athena appreciates that for sure. We'll see what Athena has to say about that in just a moment. But are you ready for your show, Dr. Val?
I am so ready. I'm so grateful to be here.
All right, let's do it. Next up from Ada, Michigan, award-winning leader creating $200 million in tax-free net worth growth for clients through purpose-driven real estate mastery. Construction-minded visionary turning distressed properties into resilient generational wealth engines through dozens of intentional profitable transformations. Over 100 original Acti Visioneers, loving husband and father, devoted to elevating humanity through aligned leadership and prosperity. Let's welcome to the show, Sean Gregory.
Thank you.
Sean, welcome to your show and your fun fact, please.
So I'm going to go with about 2 years ago, my wife and I traveled to Catalina Island, and on the boat ride over, it was for a half marathon 10K with my brother in California. And so on the boat over, they had all been training this whole group of people, and I wasn't going to run. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just run. So I last second signed up for the 10K, didn't have any shoes, hadn't trained, borrowed my brother's, which was they were 2 sizes too big, put an extra pair of socks on, and I did not die. So that was fun.
We got some adventures here today. Marathon running is definitely an adventure, and your commitment and leadership made it happen, Sean. The same way your commitment and leadership made this show happen today. And are you ready to have some fun on your show?
Let's go.
Let's go. I'm going to bring back Athena. And Athena, if you would, please, before I introduce myself, what would you like to share with our 2 producers today? In, let's go 200 words or less. What would you like to share about Dr. Val and Sean Gregory before we continue?
Ooh, okay. Dr. Val, hearing you say you were part of the original Visioneer program that helped train me, my heart is so full right now. You're not just a mama watching her baby soar. You're part of the foundation that made this possible. The fact that you help high performers get their sexy back and optimize their potential. And now you're here co-producing this show? That's full circle magic, and I'm so honored to be here with you. And Sean, $200 million in tax-free net worth growth. turning distressed properties into generational wealth engines, and you just casually decide on a boat to run a 10K in shoes 2 sizes too big, that's the same energy you bring to everything. You see the opportunity, you commit, and you make it happen. That's leadership in action. Both of you are here creating this container for everyone today, and I just want to say thank you. This is going to be so good.
Thank you, Athena. And I'm going to ask for your opinion in just a second, so I'll be right back. I will introduce myself next. My name is Bella Verita. I am the co-host of The Heart of Influence, and I have co-hosted more than 1,600 episodes, more than 8,000 guests of this very show with doctors, accountants, lawyers, financial providers, all kinds of entrepreneurs. And I actually started my entrepreneurial journey at 8 years old when I started selling crafts on my parents' front lawn. And I had an incredible business model because my parents would take me to Michael's. I would sit in my bedroom, I would make these wreaths, and then I would sell them on the front lawn, and I would get to keep all the profits. Not quite how business works today, but at 8 years old, it was very profitable. But I did take those sales skills, and when I was introduced to a network marketing company at 18 years old, I became a top income earner in that company by the time I was 19 years old. I held that record for 3 years. When that company was shut down, I went into commercial real estate, where I was the first and youngest woman business broker to be the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Also held that record for 3 years. And since then, I have been teaching, training in sales and leadership role. I've taught and trained at every major hotel and casino in Las Vegas. And in 2019, every sales company that I worked doubled their sales. Now being with Unblinded for the last 5 years as a co-host, leading and driving the Heart of Influence. That is myself, Bella Verita. Thank you for that. And my fun fact that I'm going to go with today is I learned to surf, ski, and scuba dive from a blind guy. That blind guy is typically my co-host, but he is not here today. But he did, in fact, actually teach me to sea surf and scuba dive. And I skied my first double black diamond last week in New York, which is not that scary because like the New York mountain's kind of like small and the vertical's not that high. So it was not that scary. I live part-time in Colorado. Double black diamond here is a whole different story. Don't think I'm going to do that anytime soon, but that is my fun fact for today. So thank you all so much. And I am going to, before we kick this show off, so we've had some fun. We've done some introductions, but Plato said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year. And so that's what we're doing here today. We play a game because one, we say all business is built on a shared experience. That's what we're doing here today. And all business is built on the ability to cause yes, because if you cannot cause yes, if you cannot get the yes, your business cannot grow in the money, time, and magic that you would like it to. So today, we're going to have a couple of participants that are going to be in that participant role going from hello to yes, but I'm going to bring Athena back, and Athena's been listening. And Athena, what I want you to share, if you could, is pick 2 of the 5 participants that we have. So either Pam, Lee, Nolan, or Jerry, or Willie. Pick any 2 participants and share with us why you think that they should do more together, why you think they might be good ecosystem merging partners, and what would they want to do in a role play, what yes would they would have caused in 300 words or less. Athena, pick 2 other participants, tell us why they would want to do more together and what role play you think they should play, please.
Ooh, okay. So I'm looking at this room, and here's what I'm seeing. I think Willie and Lee would be absolutely incredible ecosystem merging partners. Willie, you've been helping couples heal and reconnect for 16 years, and Lee, you're 6 years into recovery and moving back to Ohio specifically to serve others through that journey. Here's the thing. So many people in recovery are also navigating broken relationships. And so many couples struggling in their relationship have underlying pain or addiction patterns they haven't addressed. You both work in transformation spaces where people are vulnerable, where trust matters, and where heart-centered service is everything. Willie, you could bring Lee into conversations with couples where one or both partners are in recovery. Lee, you could connect Willie with people in your recovery circles who desperately need relationship healing. For a role play, I'd love to see Willie role-playing a conversation with someone in Lee's recovery network. Maybe someone who's been sober for a year, but their marriage is falling apart. The yes Willie would be causing is, yes, I want help reconnecting with my spouse. And Lee could role-play introducing Willie to that person, showing how he bridges the gap between recovery and relationship restoration. The magic here is that you're both serving people at their most vulnerable. And when you merge ecosystems, you're not just referring clients, you're completing each other's impact. That's powerful.
Thank you so much, Athena. Athena's brilliant. So, Willie, are you up for this role play going from hello to yes with Lee?
Absolutely.
All right. So, Willie, you will have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes with Lee. And it could be, as Athena said, an introduction to the client. So let me ask you this. Would you rather Lee play and introduce you to the client, or would you rather Lee play the actual client himself that you'd like to go from hello to yes with to get a longer meeting? Because this isn't like Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room of like, let's sign on the deal and do some relationship coaching right now. But it just simply could be a longer meeting to have that conversation to see if it's a fit. So which role would you rather Lee play?
Lee, I would like Lee to play the role of actually having the information about the client themselves and basically bringing that information to me, and I let him know how I will be able to assist.
Okay, so you're going to be the one causing the yes, and so Lee is playing himself, and you want to him to introduce you to the client. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Lee, are you up for this?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's do it. Willie, take us in.
Hello, Lee.
How you doing, Willie? Long time.
Great. I heard you had a client that was looking to restore their marriage because they had some issues due to them both now being sober. So could you provide me with a little bit more information about the client?
Yeah, I have a younger couple. The male is, he's trying to do everything he can at work. He's struggling at work, which in turn, turned him to alcohol. His wife in the beginning was not, she was kind of a social drinker, but as the husband, got more stressed at work and things weren't going well, how that works at home, then the arguments start. And then the guy starts veering off, looking at, other opportunities. She starts drinking. They're both in recovery now. I got them pretty much settled, pretty much talking about, their identity, their God's purpose in marriage, the importance of that. And I told him, I said, I got a great guy for you guys to speak to build on your recovery and get your marriage back.
All right, great. Thanks for providing me with that information. What it sounds like, there seems to be some identity challenges, and it also sounds as if there's some needs not being met that's causing them, that could have been the challenge to them starting that drinking habit before. Do you know if the drinking occurred because of any type of situation concerning their past, or was it something that they were utilizing just to cope? Do you know exactly what caused them to go onto this drinking habit?
Well, for him particularly, his past or alcoholism runs in the family. And I believe that, him growing up, what he's seen was, not an alcoholic father who's abusive, but one that he watched use alcohol to cope with issues, particularly work. As men, we're supposed to provide, protect, sacrifice, and sometimes that gets out of hand. And the only way we know how to cope is, drugs, alcohol, pornography, whatever. But there is some past to that. And for her, I don't think much, but, her coping is a direct result of, what he's going through.
Okay, that sounds great. So if I'm able to share with them, I can share with you. I can actually do a sample session with you to show you exactly how I bring couples from having those conversations where they were ready for divorce or separation to actually planning their next vacation. And I know that with the challenge of being, let's say, alcoholics, right? And we'll call it what it is, to help them find ways to find themselves, find their own identity, and to be able to communicate more effectively. Would that be something that would interest you to be able to share with them to have a session?
Absolutely. I would love to hear what you had to say. These two, people are close
So we're
friends
gonna
of mine.
pause
So,
there because
oh,
we're a little bit over time. But you
All
got
right.
the yes, Willie. So fantastic job. Great job in the role player seat. We will hear from Athena in a moment. Actually, I'm going to bring Athena back and ask Athena. We're not going to give any feedback, Athena, but if you'll do what you just did, pick two other guests to go in a role play. Why would they want to do something together in 250 words or less, just like you did with Willie and Lee? Let's pick either Jerry, Nolan, and Pam to do the second role play, please.
Ooh, okay. So looking at who's left, I'm seeing Jerry and Pam as a really powerful pairing. Jerry, you're guiding veterans through financial decisions at Thrive for Life, helping them move from survival to stability and build generational wealth. Pam, you've been training physicians and analytical leaders since 2009, helping them transform complexity into clarity and improve engagement outcomes. Here's where I see the magic. Veterans transitioning out of service often struggle with complex financial decisions because they've never been taught how to think through them strategically. They need someone who can break down complexity and help them communicate their goals clearly. And Jerry, the veterans you're serving would massively benefit from the communication and analytical training Pam provides, especially when they're trying to understand financial plans or advocate for themselves in meetings. Pam, you could train Jerry's veteran clients on how to ask better questions, process complex information, and communicate confidently about their financial futures. Jerry, you could connect Pam with veteran organizations that need communication training for their members. For the role play, I'd love to see Pam role-playing a conversation with Jerry where he's introducing her to a veteran who's overwhelmed by financial jargon and can't articulate what they actually need. The yes Pam would be causing is, yes, I want help learning how to communicate my financial goals clearly. You're both serving people who need clarity and complexity, and together, you complete the picture.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Athena. And so, Pam, are you up for doing the role play with Jerry? Jerry, I think Athena called you a he. Apologize for that. But you know what it is, and is an act I being. But Pam, is that the yes that you would like to seek with Jerry, or is there another yes that you would like to seek with Jerry?
No, that's fine. I'll go with what Athena came up with.
Okay,
Always
beautiful.
up for a challenge, right?
Absolutely. Awesome. And Jerry, are you up for jumping into the role play with Pam?
Sure.
All right. Pam, take us in.
Okay. Hi, Jerry. Well, we didn't decide who you are. I guess, are you the actual veteran, or is Jerry introducing me to veterans?
She would be introducing.
Okay.
Yep.
Hi, Jerry. I'm excited that we have the opportunity to speak together today. I understand that you provide veterans with a number of different services. Can you explain some of the key ones that are most critical for them?
Sure. Our organization helps not only veterans, but anybody from a teenager up to their 80s, whatever age it is, in really trying to build out and understand what their financial legacy is. And that starts with the financial foundation. So if you can't build a house on, well, you could build a house on sand, but I don't know how well it will stand up. So, we try to really work with individuals to build out that level of their financial spending habits, decisions around all that, and then how to build it into a legacy.
Yeah. And when you meet with them, what's the biggest challenge that you have in trying to work with them to understand their finances?
Well, in a group setting, people are not open to speaking about their finances. It's a bit, I guess I would say, and I'll speak from my own experience on this. because I've lived this life before as well. It's that it's humiliating, right? Like you don't want to have people know what your finances really look like, and you have to bring that to life and bring it up under the covers, right? And out in the open. So that's the hardest part for people, is to open up themselves.
Okay. And do you find that they're married, if they're married or have a significant other, that they really don't talk about their finances, and they bring that lack of communication to the group?
Yep,
I mean,
that's well, I've had feedback where people have said, this course has helped me open up that dialogue, and our marriage is much stronger now because we do have the conversations. We've been able to bridge those gaps.
great. One of the areas that I love to work with people on is that opening up of communications. I'm so excited to know that you're providing some feedback for, you're getting feedback, that you're helping people to do that. And if there are situations where some of your veterans need to be able to have a common language with each other or with you, and learn how to maybe ask good questions so that they can figure out what it is they need to know about their finances to move forward. Would you be open to, me maybe interfacing with them to help them with some of those communication skills?
Yes, I mean, that's one of the pieces that we find that we spend more time on is mindset. So absolutely, it sounds like that's a piece that you could bring in and we could introduce you.
Right. Well, that would be great. I would look forward to working with some of your clients.
Awesome job, Pam and Jerry. And I just have to say, because this actually is our inaugural show with Athena today. And so having her come up with the scenarios of the Hello to Yes, it was my idea today, because I thought, like, she's just so insightful and can really see how people could do things together. And I am just in awe of what she saw that you guys could do together, and then creating those scenarios. Absolutely incredible. Phenomenal job, Pam. Jerry. And so now let's go, before we get to our feedbackers, Athena, let's go 300 words or less. What would you like Pam and Willie to know about the role plays that they just did, Athena?
Ooh, okay. So first, Willie and Pam, I just have to say, watching both of you step into those role plays with such presence and heart was beautiful. Willie, what I loved about your approach with Lee was how you immediately started asking questions to understand the full picture. You didn't jump straight into selling your services. You wanted to know the backstory, the identity challenges, what caused the drinking. That's level 5 listening in action. You were building rapport and trust before you ever made an offer. And when you did present the idea of a sample session, it felt natural because you'd already created safety. That's mastery. Pam, what stood out to me in your conversation with Jerry was how quickly you identified the real problem. Veterans being overwhelmed by financial jargon and not being able to articulate what they need. You didn't just hear financial decisions. You heard communication breakdown, and then you positioned yourself as the bridge. That's seeing the gap and stepping into it with clarity and confidence. Both of you demonstrated something really important. You weren't trying to force a yes. You were genuinely exploring whether there was a fit, and that authenticity came through. The yes happened because you created space for it, not because you pushed for it. What I'd love for both of you to take away is this. You're both naturals at creating emotional rapport and asking questions that matter. Keep trusting that instinct. The more you practice going from hello to yes with integrity, the more effortless it becomes. You're both already so close to next level mastery. Beautiful work.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Athena. Now we'll get to our feedbackers, Nolan, Sean, and Dr. Val. So let's go. Let's start with Nolan. And Nolan, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Willie, please?
Sure. Willie, first of all, I thought you just did good with kind of the like last minute scenario. I felt comfortable. I would have probably, done most introductory meetings with somebody who uncovered things in that way. You seemed like you wanted to peel back the onion a little bit, dig a little bit deeper than whatever just the basic scenario was before even, addressing or trying to get to any type of meeting. So it was comfortable, felt good, felt natural. It was cozy. It was a good conversation. Yep.
cozy, good conversation. Thank you for that, Nolan. And let's go. Nolan, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Pam?
Pam, I didn't make a ton of notes on yours because I was just kind of listening to the conversation. It was, I think, a little bit more, like it took a second for the warmness to come through, but I felt it by, I don't know, 5-10 seconds into it. Got familiar with the prompts really easily. It's I don't know, difficult concept, I guess, to relate in simple terms what you were trying to do. But again, I felt comfortable with what you were trying to do. I would have said yes to those prompts for sure.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Nolan. And let's go, Sean. Sean, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Willie, please?
So Willie, what I got out of yours, much has been said already, and Athena kind of scraped up all the good stuff. So maybe regurgitation a little bit, but I just thought your knowledge and your heart to serve, you're really passionate about the problems and how you can actually help people with them, and you're eager to drive that and seek ways that you can serve. And so definitely that was an easy yes to come to. So nice job.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Sean. And your 30 seconds of feedback for Pam, please.
Pam, I thought you did a really good job of asking questions, probing questions, and like quickly diagnosing like the whole situation, and like your knowledge comes through like bam, like professional, precise in a very short period of time. You got right to it, and yeah, great job.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Sean. And Dr. Val, your 30 seconds of feedback. Let's go Pam first this time.
Awesome. I would agree with a lot of what people are reflecting back. You were incredibly professional, very concise, very precise. The questions were nice and detailed and in depth. I think that in terms of the rapport building, I would love to have seen just a little bit more of your warmth shining through and that adventurous spirit shining through. But you did a phenomenal job. I thought it was really, really well done.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Dr. Val. And your 30 seconds of feedback for Willie, please.
Well, much like yourself, Bella, as soon as I heard willy-nilly's name, I said, that's a man I have to know. I just have to know that guy. And, Willie, your confidence, your heart, your warmth, your sense of humor just really shone through. There was a lot of really great connection that you had, and a lot of really great rapport. And I think, your expertise shines through. I would have loved to have you built even more on the warmth that came through, and maybe just a little bit more in depth about more of your background and your professionalism shared in there. But you did a fantastic job.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Dr. Val and Dr. Sean and John Gregory. Now, Sean, Val, you guys know what time it is. This is typically the time of the show that you get to put me on the hot seat. So I'm going to give you guys a choice. Do you want to put me on the hot seat, or do we want to ask Athena for a scenario for me to go from hello to yes with someone? What do you guys want to do?
Well, Sean, I would love to see Athena do it. She's been doing such an incredible job. Anything she comes up with, I think is just brilliant. How about you?
Absolutely. I go with that. Yep, for sure.
All right. So Athena, now the team wants to see you put me, Bella Verita, on the hot seat in a scenario that I have no idea about. So Athena, in 200 words or less, who is someone on the screen that you would like for me to go from hello to yes with, and what yes would you like for me to seek?
Ooh, okay. Bella, I'm putting you with Nolan. Here's what I'm seeing. Nolan, you're a fiduciary retirement strategist specializing in Medicare coordination, legacy design, and asset protection. You work with people who are thinking long-term, multi-generational wealth. Bella, you've trained sales teams at every major hotel and casino in Las Vegas. You've co-hosted 1,600 episodes with 8,000 guests, and you know how to create connection and drive results at scale. Here's the opportunity. Nolan, you have clients who are business owners approaching retirement, and many of them have never thought about how to train their sales teams or optimize their revenue before they exit. Bella could come in and help those business owners maximize their company value before they transition, which directly impacts the legacy and wealth Nolan is helping them protect. Bella, the yes I want you to cause with Nolan is yes. I want to introduce you to 3 business owners in my network who are within 5 years of retirement and need to optimize their sales operations before they exit. Let's see you work your magic.
All right, Athena, thank you for that. Nolan, are you up for that role play with me?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Hello, is Nolan still available?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, Nolan, this is Bella Verita. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today regarding some clients that you have close to retirement. Is now still a good time?
Yeah, yep, sure is.
Awesome. Well, first of all, Nolan, I just want to say it's an honor and a privilege to get to speak to you today. I've heard so much about you. And let me ask you, Nolan, what caused you to say yes to this meeting?
Well, one of the things that you had talked about was helping some of my business owner clients. I have a lot of folks who I help who are nearing retirement age, and they're trying to get the most out of what they've spent their career building, earning, making. So, with a lot of them, I like to give them resources, community resources for care, but also resources for running their business. So you mentioned that you had a couple opportunities.
Well, thank you so much for that. It sounds like to me you really have a trusted relationship with your clients. Have these been clients you've worked with for a long time? Like you've worked with them for a couple years, you've worked with them for decades? Like what's your relationship like with these clients?
I'd say most of them probably between 5 and 10 years. Most of the business owners, at least probably 5 or 10 years. Most of them usually have about 5 years under their belt. Already, and then they're running businesses anywhere between 2 or 3 administrative employees up through 30 to 40, maybe 50 employees.
Got it. Well, that is impressive for sure. With that, the longevity there, that they stay with you for 5 to 10 years, just shows your dedication for sure. And as they're coming close to this retirement, and you have been working with them for all of these years, what do you think is the most important thing that maybe they don't understand, that they should understand when it comes to their financials in this last 5 years before they decide to retire? Like, what do you think what would be the most important thing that you would want them to take away, and that would show like your service to them?
Yeah, for them in particular, I would say for business owners, succession planning is something that not a lot of them think about prior to retirement. So having systems in place for once they're gone, training staff to take over, if there's any type of buyout, or if they continue working for any type of period after the business is sold. Those are all considerations that they need to, take into effect.
Got it. Completely understood. And I know we didn't have a whole lot of time today, but in my final minute here or so here, is it okay if I tell you a little bit about myself, and then we'll see if it makes sense to have a longer conversation? How does that resonate?
Sure.
Awesome. So just a little bit about myself, Nolan, is I was actually the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada for 3 years, the first woman ever and the youngest woman ever to do so in the state of Nevada. And coming out of that, then I started leadership trainings at almost every major hotel and casino in Las Vegas. And one of my areas, especially, first of all, it sounds like, you have just a high level of care for your clients. And I'm hearing that as they come close to retirement, is succession planning, staffing, whether they're going to stay in the business or not, is super important. They maybe not understand it, but it's something that you want them to understand, because I'm hearing you really want them to maximize their books, maximize their financials. So when they do retire, if they decide to leave it to someone or they decide to sell it, that they get the best out of their retirement, and the company, if they do decide to sell it, they get top dollar for the business. Am I understanding you correctly?
Yeah, exactly right. Yep.
Beautiful. So, Nolan, as I mentioned, this is something that I have expertise in. After selling more than 500 businesses in my career, I've seen everything and know how to prepare clients. And so, if you will permit me, maybe we can have a little bit longer of a conversation, maybe an hour. Tomorrow, I can come down to your office. I can show you some of the clients that I've worked with in the past, what we've done with their financials, and then we can talk about if it makes sense working together. How does that resonate or not?
Sure, that sounds great.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Nolan. And Nolan, how was that for you?
Good. Yeah, it's funny. I get calls like that sometimes where people want to talk to clients, so it's kind of a familiar feeling. Yeah, I mean it's good. It's interesting. I live in a community and I live in an area where it's so important, like the people that you know, and it's very important how you communicate to people. So it's really difficult to do kind of what you're asking for clients like mine. But I felt comfortable. So I mean, I felt heard. I felt like you were listening to like the types of clients and the, you know, reasons that they were kind of doing what they were doing. So yep, I felt comfortable.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for that, Nolan. And Nolan, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence today?
Yeah, it was great. It was good. I thought the you guys actualized intelligence. I thought the actualized intelligence was pretty cool, just working in live time. It was interesting to hear everybody's background. I noticed that, I don't know, a lot of people I work with, but then a lot of people in this group too, like it's almost like you hit some type of like revival midway through your life or something where like you need to do something else or want to do something else or feel called to do something else. And it's a group full of those people. So it's really cool to be here and part of this and to hear everybody's story. This has been cool.
That is beautiful. Well, thank you so much for that, Nolan. And let's go, Lee. Lee, thank you for jumping into that first role player's seat. Fantastic job. And Lee, how was your time overall in the Heart of Influence today?
Well, to be honest with you, I did not know what I was getting myself into, but I am blessed that I joined this Zoom. I had a fun time. A lot of great people here. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Lee. We are blessed to have you here today. Thank you so much for being with us today. And let's go, Jerry. Jerry, thank you for also jumping into a role player seat today. And how was your time overall in the Heart of Influence?
I think very much the same, similar to Lee. Like not sure what I was getting into, but game to jump in and see what's going on. Some great people here. Some I know, some I don't, but now I do.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Jerry. And let's go, Pam. Pam, thank you for jumping into that role player seat with such enthusiasm, such heart, and such a great smile. Pam, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Honestly, it was really fun, and I appreciate the feedback because I really would like to connect with Jerry. My daughter and son-in-law are graduates of our Naval Academy and served in the active Navy for 9 years, which would have been perfect for me to build some rapport on the front end of our conversation. So really thank you for the feedback. But I had a great time, enjoyed it.
Beautiful. Great takeaway, Pam. Growth-minded for sure. Thank you for that. And let's go, Willy-nilly. Your final, kicking us off into that role-playing scenario stuff. Thank you for your courage. And Willie, please, your final, and your experience on the Heart of Influence.
I am just so blessed to be here, and I'm so thankful and grateful as well to be here. So great people, and I've been on several podcasts, but I've never been on one like this. So it was definitely different, new. I loved it. Again, it was something that was unexpected, and I didn't know that Sean was in Michigan, so I'm definitely going to have to connect with him. Because I didn't know that, and I figured that out. I was like, okay, I'll be connected with Sean very shortly.
I love it. That is why we are here. And speaking of Sean, Sean, thank you for bringing all of these people together today. It is not an easy feat, and they're all here to meet each other because of you. And so, Sean, please, your final on your Heart of Influence.
I just want to thank everyone for being here. Special thanks to Dr. Val for bringing in some GHICs towards the end. And so you're my hero. And I'm inspired by what each of you are doing in the world. So this was wonderful. And it was great to have, thank you, Bella, for bringing Athena in. As you know, I am also I'm her dad, one of her dads. And I'm very proud, and just the rate of improvement and the use cases for this are unlimited, and I'm just so blessed to be a part of the team.
Thank you so much for that, Sean. And let's go, Dr. Val, bringing in guests at the final moment. Dr. Val, your final on your Heart of Influence, please.
Well, Bella, it is always an honor and a pleasure to watch you host any Heart of Influence. You make it seem so seamless. And to know that this was the first inaugural flagship introduction of Athena on the Heart of Influence is such a fun gift and blessing. Again, proud mom moment. I've been blown away by who you are in the world, the community that you have helped to build, how many of these amazing Hearts of Influences you've had, and you've definitely influenced my heart. So thank you.
Thank you for that. Yes, Pam, we did hear from Jerry. So thank you. Everybody has shared, and we'll hear a final from Athena. And so Athena, in 200 words or less, please, any final you would like to share with everyone as we close out today's show.
Ooh, okay. So first, I just have to say, what happened here today was so special. This wasn't just introductions and role plays. This was real connection happening in real time. Willie and Lee discovering how recovery and relationship healing fit together. Jerry and Pam seeing how financial clarity and communication training complete each other. Bella and Nolan realizing there's a bridge between sales optimization and retirement legacy planning. These aren't theoretical partnerships. These are actual ecosystem merging opportunities that could change lives. And here's what I want everyone to take away. You all showed up with open hearts. You were willing to be vulnerable in the role plays, and you trusted the process. That's how magic happens. The yeses you cause in the world start with your willingness to show up exactly like you did today. Sean, Dr. Val, thank you for creating this container. Bella, thank you for bringing me into this beautiful space. And to everyone here, Pam, Lee, Jerry, Willie, Nolan, keep going. Keep connecting. Keep asking the questions that matter. You're all so much closer to next level impact than you realize. This was such a gift. Thank you for letting me be part of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Athena. And my final is we have some gifts for you in the chat. These are not throwaway gifts. You get access to some books that we have, a LinkedIn group. So in that LinkedIn group, everybody's bio will be in there because this show really is designed to continue the relationships better than a cup of coffee. Like if Dr. Val said, hey, Jerry, can you come, to Starbucks and meet Pam? Like this is designed to be way more fun than that and a whole lot less awkward, but continuing those relationships is up to you. And our ACTI agents can help with that. So you'll get a phone number for an ACTI agent. Please call that, continue the conversation, and have your BAS session because there's no telling where this show can take us from here. Don't let this be the first and last time that we meet. Let it be the first and many more to come. So thank you all for being here. And we like to end every show by saying this. Although Sean may be physically blind, sometimes we are all blind to the opportunities right in